Hello everybody, good morning. Today, for my research project, I conducted an analysis of two tragedy by the Roman playwright Seneca. The name are Medea and the Daughter of Troy, utilizing the English verse translation by Ella Isabel Harris. Seneca's significant role in the evolution of tragedy makes him an important subject, as his works offer profound psychological insight into human emotion. This thing aligning with that's why I picked this one is because it's aligning with my major, the psychology, focusing. Seneca significant in historical context. Seneca, active during the first century of the Roman Empire, was not only a philosopher and advisor of the Emperor Nero. I think he's also a tutor of Nero, but also a biblical figure in the history tragic literature. Notably, his strategy were intended for recitation rather than a theoretical performance. Means he wrote this strategy only for recitation, like reading out loud, no need for performance. But people did it theoretically during the Roman Empire. They made the performance to show it to the emperors. Emphasizing the internal emotion and psychological turmoil of their characters. This distinctive approach influenced the subsequent Renaissance playwrights. For instance, one of them is Shakespeare. Receptions across era. During Seneca's lifetime, his strategy were read by select audience rather than staged publicly. So he went to maybe town to town, or maybe they have a they have a stage before, and then he just read them, but there's no performance, there's no character, there's no actor, just reading them to the crowd. In a contemporary scholarship, however, his work is recognized as foundational to the tragic drama, with his emphasis of psychological complexity monologues and exploration of revenge and suffering having shaped the trajectory of European tragedy. Seneca's enduring contribution. The field owes to Seneca several techniques central to the tragic drama: the five-act structure, integrate psychological characterization, extended speeches, and protagonists driven by intense emotion. His innovation inspired themes and form of Renaissance revenge strategy and continue to inform modern dramatic convention. Selection rationally for Medea and the two tragedy, the Medea and the Daughters of Troy. These two plays were selected for their representation of distinct phase of human emotion. In Medea Seneca, the Seneca writing is about betrayal and vengeance, with Harris' translation, rendering Medea's internal conflict, his maternal love, her anger towards Jason, the husband, because the husband lived her in the foreign clan, and the wife, the more the wife got this urge to have a revenge after the husband living in a foreign country. With a particularly and controversy, the daughter of Troy. The daughter of Troy is about grief with a widow, the wives from the battle. They lost their loved ones, they lost their identity, they lost their husband, they become widow. Meditating and emotional for them from the war. Research methodology. My paper was informed by three primary resources: Seneca's strategy as translated by Ella Isabel Harris, background material concerning biography and his influence on the Roman theater, a commentary Seneca's impact of Renaissance drama, especially the relationship to Shakespeare. Close reading of Harris' translation invalid the announced appreciation of the play's emotional tonality, which I then compared to the scholar analysis regarding to Seneca's border findings. A particular novel discovery was extent to which modern tragedy to Seneca. Major works by Shakespeare, especially Shakespeare's writing Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear, reflect the structural and thematic elements by Seneca, indicating the foundation of Western tragic drama owes much more to the Roman philosopher, because I know King Lear is about betrayal, jealousy, and which is you can connect it to the Medea. They're kind of like contrast. Seneca's exploration of grief, jealousy, anger, and trauma resonates with my study in psychology. It is my personal reflection. As he complaining portrays psychological distress and resilience, his characters possess a timeless quality and capturing the universal emotion experience embedded to this day. We still can see to this generation the betrayal and jealousy. In conclusion, engaging with Medea and the daughter of Troy has been deepening my understanding of tragic historical progression from the ancient Rome to the literature. Seneca's legacy remain perspective, underscoring the century of emotional psychology complexity in the drama art. Thank you so much for listening and have a great day.